it was a whole. Like, she was the director of the play. It was just I was so young though to the point that I
Gotta find the best spot for the computer.
Yeah.
I was like 25.
And you look back.
And my mom brought it up.
Yeah.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about? She's like, yeah, I have home videos
Yeah.
of it right here. She's like, what? I don't even remember doing it at all. I don't know
That's
what
even
age,
funnier.
Like, I don't know what age that is
Yeah.
when you don't remember it at all, but I don't remember it
That's
at
funny.
all.
The lights, that's what it is.
I was kind of thinking about that the other night of like, really, what's the youngest you can remember back to? Like, I try to think back, and I'm like, I genuinely think the earliest memory that I have is feeding catfish off of a dock in Maine, and I was like 7. It's
That's
like,
as
can I
far
really?
back as it goes for you?
Yeah, I'm
How
really
far
like,
back do your memories go?
What?
Old.
like how young.
I remember being a
I have
toddler.
no idea.
Yeah, I mean, not like in large chunks.
Oh, I have like one 5-second memory of throwing French fries off the dock in Maine, and that's like all I remember being a kid.
And you're like 7.
That was it.
That's like what, 3rd grade?
I've never been even
2nd
older.
grade?
Because I think we
That's
went
so
after.
interesting.
I think we went to middle school, so I would have had it done in 5th grade.
Wow.
It's
Well,
like,
yeah, no wonder you don't remember anything.
is that just a me thing? Do other people remember their
No,
childhood?
Yeah, but to what degree? I don't know.
All right, I think that's a good spot.
I think that is a very, like some people have freakish memories that go back to like
Boxing and
growing
had
up.
hundreds of concussions, so like.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh well, they don't get to hear my announcement. Technical difficulties.
Well, this is the worst thing that goes wrong. Doing great.
So funny.
There we go. All right.
Legend, yes.
This is our first time using mics, so be gentle with us.
All right, just a few left. I think I can power through and get these done before my next reading group. Let's see here. Seventh graders in their fancy writing. They think they're being so fancy, but I can't read it. Let's see. I'm so excited for this weekend. Yeah, aren't we all? It's going to be so fun. I have a volleyball tournament in PENIS? No, I can't. Okay, let's try and interpret this. That's definitely a P, and that's definitely an E. That's definitely an I. It's got to be a city name. Main City? No. Princeton? No, couldn't be that. Maybe that is supposed to be a Z instead of an S, and then wrote backwards. Okay, that makes more sense. Is, P-E and is. Oh, what if that N is supposed to be an R? So P-E-R-I-Z. Oh, I have a volleyball tournament in Piers. That's what it is.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
All right. Good afternoon, students. Let's take our seats, please. we're continuing through our novel by Rodman Philbrick, right? Okay. And it's telling us how the main character, Max, spends his time. So let's all turn to page 44.
What page?
It's and
The nurse. Page 44. They just said it. Don't you listen? You don't have to be mean. Why are you going? Don't go there. The nurse will give me socks. My dog ate my socks. Oh dear.
I think all of you need to start bringing your homework home, including you. Sit down, please. Thank you. Okay, let's refocus on our novel. And remember, we're on page 44. We're looking for the line that starts with, so mostly I just. And remember that in this story, our narrator is Max. So when it says I, it means Max is the one speaking. So let's find that line and read together. So mostly I just sit in the basement and pick my navel.
So he just sits there and picks his nose.
Let's try it this way. So nostril, navel. Good. Nose, belly button. Okay. So nostril with nose. And navel with belly button. There we go. Okay, so what does it mean if Max sits and picks at his navel?
No, it means he's bored. He has nothing better to do. His life is a giant abyss of nothing. He feels like he's going to die of boredom. He feels like I feel every day. Now I'm forced to sit here with you, idiots. No. Not everything is now here. Teacher, God, with questions, or just feel like they have to.
You know, you should think about joining choir.
I wore my collar without socks and I had a huge blister. Could I please go to the nurse?
Well,
All right, no thank you.
Am I supposed to?
Am I stuck?
I would never get so bored that I would sit and pick my navel.
well, nailed it.
This will be the last letter I write to you. I am eternally sorry that you were affected by the message. I no longer have excuses. I no longer wish to deny. I have an instant memory of what I accused by. I've come to accept that does not mean innocence. Even if my hands are clean of one crime, there's no doubt I have committed devastation to your life, your career, your name. That is a burden I will never be clean of. But I've gone without response. I hope you know that my correspondence to you is not be a sliver of light and shadows I know come my life. I know I have no right to call you mine. I know I have no dog in this fight. All I can hope for in this life and the next is that you're happy. It's the last time. Goodbye.
Wow, look at you. Just slightly more pathetic than the last time I was here.
Well, you too.
Your ex sends a message. Something about holding on to the memories, saving the illusion, not coming to see you. Blah, blah, blah.
He was the love of my life.
Don't pretend you have a bone in your body that knows how to love somebody. Remember when Mom got me that Malibu Barbie dream house for my birthday and you broke it the second I was nice enough to let you use it? You break things. It's in your DNA.
I was 5.
And look where you're at 45.
I didn't ask for your help, you know. You were the one that took my kids.
You think I wanted to? You and I both know Mom would have never let me live it down if I let her golden child drop without a fight. Despite you constantly breaking her heart, you were supposed to be the good one.
It's not like you gave me much chance here.
Yeah, because I'm the one stuck in here. Why didn't you fight harder? I know you were not one to put up a fight when I stole your favorite shirt or forced you to do my homework, but this is life. I don't know what. I know it might be hard for you to believe, but I'm actually good at my job. Why wouldn't you let me do it?
It was a waste of everyone's time. I mean, I accepted it. I can't do it.
It's my job.
I know. You passed our states and are on track to be the youngest tree that ever.
No, you idiot. You're my job. sister. I'm supposed to protect you. I had 22 years to get you out of here, and I wake up every day feeling like I failed you. Feeling like I did everything I could, but there's always a stubborn mule standing in my way. Oh, you call me an ass? Shut up. Do you have any idea what I could have done with your case? Even now, we can still petition for its just go home. What is this really about? Do you want to be punished?
Want has nothing to do with this. I don't want to be here, just like I didn't want to torch my boyfriend's career or his name. Just like I break Mom's heart. The first 22 years ago, sure, I thought there might have been a chance, but I just grew to accept it. I don't have the energy to do this anymore.
I just don't understand how you can do something so
Sick and twisted? That's your go-to phrase, right? Sick and twisted. Even when we were kids, I put gum in your hair. Sick and twisted. It's the story you told yourself, the story I grew up hearing.
Excuse me?
Nothing.
Say it with your chest, little bee.
I said no wonder I believe it. You practically ingrained those words in my skin with every time you said them. Did you ever stop to think that one day I might actually become what you said I was?
Well, I'm sorry.
Don't be. Yeah, right.
You know, it wasn't just about what happened that night. It was about that everything changed afterwards. The questions, the fear, the silence.
Yeah, whole town really was just something they just didn't understand, and somehow I became their excuse.
You were supposed to be the good one. The one who made Mom and Dad proud.
Don't you think they're proud? Look at me. I have free housing, 3 hot meals a day, and I shower regularly. It's not to be proud of. You know, maybe that's the joke here. I tried so hard to be good that I ended up losing everything, including myself. It just doesn't change my heart.
I have stood next to monsters. I swore that they were innocent. I defended them. Looking at you now, I can't tell the difference anymore. God help me. Maybe that's the real punishment here. But the sad part is, I don't think anybody could punish you more than you already have. That doesn't make any of this right. You'll always be my little sister. Isn't that the most sick and twisted part?
I'm innocent, you know? I'm here. Oh, I can't believe you still have that shirt. I didn't really think I'd see you today.
I wasn't sure you would either. I tried to bring in a beer so we could shotgun together one last time, but
Didn't hear. They forbade me from ever having a good time ever again. There's that whole court case, you know? Maybe you missed it.
so how are you holding up?
I never met him.
I'm serious. I know you don't like the sentimental crap, but I've always been a sucker for a sentimental moment.
Yeah, you did cry when your cat got married.
Engaged? She never made it down the aisle. And what if the neighbor cat got stuck in a tree that day? I think it was cold feet.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
So, how much time do you have left now?
I don't know, about an hour? Just this day be over. It has been such a long day.
Well, who else got mad to send you off?
Just Stacy.
Oof. Your sister scares me, man. So intimidating. It's kind of hot.
I told her I wasn't.
Did she believe you? I mean, she spent all these years as a lawyer practically advocating for you to go down.
Didn't really give her much to go by, I mean, defense-wise. She always believed it. This time, though, I believed it. For the first time in a long time, I believed it.
Okay. I mean, did you kind of get a say of,
You're not listening. I'm not saying that did it, I regret doing it. The verdict is wrong.
I know.
What do you think they'll say about me when I'm gone?
What, like on the news? Justice served, case closed, families can finally mourn, the usual crap. I still remember when you used rope. It shook the town to its core. Nobody wanted to believe it could be you.
Yeah, they needed a villain, someone to blame. I just happened to be standing there. Do you think anyone still believes that I'm innocent and really believes it? I don't even know if I did until today.
I do.
Right, a guy and all. Even you have to admit.
And even my best friend killed someone in cold blood. Someone who never did her or anyone any wrong. And maybe my best friend of 10 years could do something so
sick and twisted.
heartless. I was always the one that caused trouble, and you were always there to back me up. I mean, how many times did you defend me when I was caught cheating in class?
More times than I get down on one hand, you idiot. I'm practically the reason that you passed Criminology 101 class.
I tutored her every night, and you think she cheated? She worked hard. You were so convincing. Okay, I didn't need your help for the rest of my classes. Intro to forensic sciences, wrongful convictions, non-human behavior, criminal justice ethics. I passed those with flying colors. No thanks to my constant hangovers, which one thanks to you, by the way.
Did you ever think it the other way around? Me needing your help? I don't know if I would have survived in here without you.
You would have found a way. You always do.
I always did. Not so much. It takes a certain kind of person to plan something like this.
And what?
Nothing. It's something the judge said during my trial. It takes a certain type of person to plan something like this. I've been thinking about it a lot. I didn't plan anything. I know that. I just can't think of who would hire it for me.
Is there really any point in trying to figure that out now? Is that really how you want to spend the last of your time?
Kind of.
It's not the best time to spiral.
I'm not spiraling. Just thinking.
You know what I liked? Did you have any arch nemesis I didn't know about?
Not that I know of, but I was to piss somebody off.
Maybe it's the opposite.
How do you mean?
I mean, think about how you were. Never said no, refused to let others fail if you could help it, did everyone else's homework. Maybe you were seen as a pushover.
Oh, except like the nice guys finish last. Any chance of the fights the women now too?
You're one of a kind, Victoria. I'm sorry it had to end this way.
It's not your fault. Everything was just so
Perfect?
so neat. Not so neat that it was just too good to be true, like it's going to be for it.
You always remember the lessons. I guess we both learned something, huh?
Tonight, our town closes a devastating chapter. Victoria Brinkley, 45, was executed today for the murder of local business owner Lori Reynolds, aged 85. The case was carefully constructed, leaving little room for doubt. Yet beneath the surface, whispers linger. Was justice truly served? Or did truth get lost in a web of convenient evidence and silent accusations? Despite years of appeals and debate, the verdict stood firm. Brinkley's final words, spoken calmly in the chamber, were, "I know now for certain, I am innocent. Be careful who you trust."
You're here for a show. Yeah.
Does everyone hear me? Great, thank you. We're going to go ahead and get started with the second act. I think we've fixed some of the mic issues. Thank you guys for sticking around through that. We're just going to get started with the second set of shows. Thank you. Sorry. Okay.
Make sure I got the music pulled up first. Oh no.
You've been staring at that same glass for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I paid for the right to stare at it.
You want me to get you another one?
Yeah, and this time, don't make it so stareable.
Hi there. My name is Isaac. I wanted to ask if I could have a flyer for a science fair that we're having tomorrow.
This is a bar, not a library. I'm not sure your prime demographic comes here that often, but sure, hang up over there.
Okay, thanks. And I'll take cranberry juice.
Say, what you got going on here? Some sort of kid's talent show or something?
Well, it's a science fair with a demonstration and a research findings presentation for an experimental clean energy reactor.
What in the mumbo jumbo just came out of your mouth?
Basically, it's the world's most expensive flashlights.
Hey man, I'm not stupid.
Huh?
I think I can't understand big words or something.
No, I was just trying to explain.
Some of us were too cool, busy being awesome in high school. I mean, we didn't worry about any of this sciencey crap. Settle down over there.
Oh man, it's really coming down out there. Gosh, this is a cute spot. We've been here before.
It's a place to get out of the rain. Where do you want to sit?
How about right here?
There's some menus for you folks. Can I get you to get started?
Let's see. Do you have any specials or anything you like really well?
What do you like?
Anything fruity?
I'm sure I can put something up for you here for a surprise.
Sure, why not?
I'll go up.
I'll be back with your drinks.
What? No drink? We're celebrating.
All right, explain science.
Like,
Start with potato.
okay, well, the potato batter, you're using the chemicals that are in the potato. Colors. Well,
All right, well, anything you'd recommend for date night? We're celebrating our anniversary.
Well, we were celebrating. The rain kind of goes
I, for one, am just glad to be out of the rain, here with you.
How long have you guys been together?
3 years.
Congratulations. I do have some house-made pie back there, if you want to try that. Food is your average run-of-the-mill bar food around here, but the pie is worth something to celebrate for sure.
Okay, let's get 2 slices.
I'll be back.
Thanks.
Oh, hey Tracy, what are you shopping for today?
Well, today
Today I was shopping for yarn for a project I'm working on.
None of the yarn in the bags will work.
Nope. Let's see. I got too light. This one's a little too dark, not the right color. Weight not right. There's another one. Oh, this isn't blue. Oh, but it sure is pretty. Gorgeous.
The usual, my dear.
Of course. Thank you.
Excuse me, ma'am. You dropped this.
Oh, thank you. And please don't call me ma'am. I am not old enough for that. I'm Tracy.
Why, it's nice to meet you, lady. So, do you crochet or do you knit?
I do a little of both, but this is for a crochet project I'm doing.
Oh, the colors are very pretty. What are you making?
A blanket. I've actually tried to make one many times before. Never quite finished it. So I'm hoping this one breaks the curse.
Did you need more ice for your juice? That's basics.
Hey babe, our Mac is headed to the table.
All right, did you order me some mini tacos
I
too?
did.
All right. Tracy, this is my boyfriend, Devin.
Was Lila asking you about your yarn? She loves to crochet.
She was actually. Oh, you know her well. Well, I'll let you two get back to your big night. It was great to meet you.
Yeah, me too. We'll look at your blanket.
Thank you.
Good evening, Greenville residents. We come to you with a brief update regarding an incident at the Valley View Community Center.
Wait, that's where the science fair is
This
happening.
afternoon, a technical issue occurred during a scheduled practice demonstration of an experimental clean energy reactor. Out of an abundance of caution, officials are asking residents to remain indoors while engineers assess the situation. Residents are encouraged to keep doors and windows closed until further notice. Authorities stress that there is currently no cause for alarm. Additional information will be provided as it becomes available.
That's weird.
Oh, yeah, bummer. I was really looking forward to seeing you blow up your paper mache volcano.
They said they're assessing the situation.
That's good, right? I mean, they're getting a handle on it right away.
Yeah, but I don't think they're telling us everything.
Oh, since when does the news ever tell us the whole story? Don't worry. I'm sure your precious talent show will still go on.
It's not a talent show. It was going to be a demonstration of a clean energy reactor. If it had just had some minor issue, they would have just called it a technical problem. But they said they're assessing the situation, which means the situation isn't even fully understood by the people in the building.
Well, I don't know how my microwave works, but that doesn't mean I'm in danger every time I go into my own house.
The people working on the project are some of the smartest engineers in the state. If they don't know what's going on, no one does.
Tracy, where are you headed?
I gotta go home. My husband and son are there, and I need to be with them. Thank you, Trace. Frankie, the drink was wonderful as always, but I will see you next week.
Be safe, Tracy.
I really don't think you should go outside right now, not until you have more information.
My family's out there, and that's all the information I need.
Should we go to? Okay, yeah. Probably right. I need my tiny tacos anyways.
Speaking of, sorry about the wait. I had some trouble with some outfits back
Hey, can you check and see when the rain is supposed to stop? Let me check. Yeah, no service. Hang on. Excuse me. Do you have any signal on your phone?
Oh, my phone's in the back.
Don't have one.
You don't have a phone?
Nope. Distracts me from what's really important.
Another one. Right. Excuse me. Sorry to interrupt your steering. Do you have any service on your phone?
It's emergency calls only.
Well, do you know when this rain is supposed to stop?
Not 100% certain, but I think it was gonna go all night.
Really? That's not good either. So, do you think we really have something to be worried about here? I mean, I don't really know a whole lot about the
You know what?
science scene.
I do think we have something to worry about. Listen, I don't know any of you, and I probably sound crazy, but going outside right now is not a good idea. Imagine you just bought a brand new car, 2026, hasn't even been driven, so new that your mechanic is fully familiar with how it works. And then it starts making a sound that no mechanic has ever heard. And the best case scenario, they open the hood and it's something simple, a bad spark plug, a loose bolt. But worst case scenario, it's something deeper under the surface that could take days or weeks to diagnose. And every minute that car is on the road, it gets more and more dangerous. The reactor across town is just like the car, except it's not just people with a degree in bioengineering that can't figure it out. It's the people who built the engine of the car. That's what assessing the situation means. Until they figure this out, going outside is exactly like continuing to drive the car.
Why don't you calm down? You're freaking out my girlfriend.
What does the rain have to do with any of this? I mean, it's not like we're gonna melt if we get wet, right?
Pay any attention to it. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
The fumes.
What fumes? What fumes? I mean, the reporter said there's no cause for panic, right? I mean, it's probably just like that wire, or maybe it's a power outage from the storm.
No, a bad wire or a power outage wouldn't have caused them to make an announcement like that. They're telling us not to panic, so we don't panic, but that doesn't mean we shouldn't.
Oh, right, that's about enough of your nonsense. It's coming to me forgetting about my problems.
I really don't think you should go outside, not until we have more info.
I mean, I came here, my favorite place in town, to sit in silence with my favorite bartender, who knows I don't want to talk. To have so many whiskeys that I can go home tonight and sleep in the bed I used to share with my husband. Watch TV I don't care about, eat food I don't like, spend money I don't have. I did not come here to learn about how dangerous the outside world is. Newsflash, buddy. Everything out there is trying to kill us. The food, the water, the weather, the air. Do you know what's not going to kill me? Some damn science experiment. So I'm going to ask you nicely one time. Get out.
You cannot pay me to go outside right now.
Good thing I don't have to.
Excuse me?
That was a bit of an overreaction.
Do you need help leaving too?
Listen, you know, I love having you here, but I can't have you put hands on people in here. I'm gonna need you to close out for the night. You go home and get some rest. I'll see you tomorrow.
Fine.
Is that Isaac?
It's the rain.
Let me in.
Please let me
Oh
in.
my gosh, where did it get so foggy outside? I can't even see him.
Don't go out there.
This is an emergency broadcast regarding the experimental clean energy reactor that experienced technical difficulties during their test demonstration this afternoon. Out of an abundance of caution, officials are now officially advising everyone in the Greenville area to seek immediate shelter. Residents are encouraged to keep doors and windows closed until further notice. Authorities are now stressing that there is a real danger to being outdoors, specifically in or around the rain. The fog accumulating around town is not correlated to any weather evidence. We will keep you updated as we continue to learn more. Stay safe.
Are we? I mean, do you guys think we're safe here?
I'll have another biscuit.
Isaac,
Are you deaf or something? I said I'd have another one.
you killed him.
All right, I'll get it myself.
Oh dear.
You guys all heard him? He was crazy. He probably was just out there screaming like that to scare us. He's probably just trying to get us all to go to his stupid science fair tomorrow.
Are you insane? I mean, he was the only one of us who might have known what to do. And now he's. Well, even if he is okay out there, I mean, we aren't in here. Yeah, and so the fumes or vapors or whatever it is starts making their way in here through the air vents or under the doors or start melting the walls and windows. Oh, Devin, I just want to go home. Can we please get out of here? No, I can't do it. I can't be with her. I mean, she killed that Isaac kid. You watched her pushing out the door now.
You don't know he's dead. You better stop accusing me of that.
I can't do this. I can't do this. I mean, we just came in here to get out of the rain. And now we're stuck in here for who knows how long. Oh, I just want to go home. I want to go to sleep and pretend this day never happened. This has to be a bad dream. Well, I'm ready to wake up now. I'm ready to wake up.
Oh my gosh.
Lila, please. I love you. Will you marry me?
You really thought now is the best time to do this?
Calm down, didn't it?
Okay. All right.
Hey, you mind if those?
I've had about enough of you today. Lucky I don't put you outside too.
Oh, did you make me some food?
Not even close. I gotta eat too. I'll be back. Try not to steal any of my whiskey while I'm gone.
No nonsense. You can go to bed, man.
Are you talking to me?
Well, is there anyone else here?
Sorry. I guess I just didn't hear what you said.
I said you can go to bed now. The cliche marriage advice everyone always gives is don't go to bed angry. Well, you can. Sometimes you just need some time before you talk, and well, that's okay. My husband and I, we always try to fix everything before we went to sleep. It caused a lot of sleepless nights, frustrating solutions, and no peace. Communicate. But if you need
nice.
Yeah, well, you learn a thing or two after being married for 15 years.
Your husband, did he?
Well, let's just say you didn't get caught masquerading like it seems we may be.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Well, Devin's been gone a while, so I'm just gonna make sure everything's all right.
Oh.
That night went on forever. The bartender, whose name I never learned, the couple, Isaac, that crazy yarn lady. None of them ever came back. There were a few more updates on the news. Nothing I understood too well, but from what I could gather, there was some sort of leak with that clean energy reactor. Something toxic. You needed a special team and equipment to clean it up, and they didn't have it. So it just kind of spread. Because it was raining, the liquid got into the puddles, and something to do with the temperature, well, it caused a sort of toxic fume. What we thought was just fog was actually acid rain. Probably what made Isaac scream so loud. Probably hurt like hell. The rescuers found an open window in the bathroom. The seal on the door was pretty strong, so not a lot got into the bar, but, well, the couple went back there. It sounds like it was at least quick. There was a small window in the kitchen. She'd been back there a few times without an issue. My guess is she kind of smoked the place up while she was cooking her steak. They found her on the floor. Her perfectly cooked steak on the counter in front of her. Not a bite taken out of it. Would have made a great last meal. That lady, the one that was looking for her son, she never made it to him. Greenville turned from a small town to a ghost town in one evening. After the rescuers checked me out, I got looked over by the doctors and, well, I went home. I left my bedroom window open. Turns out, all my drinking actually saved me. Well, that's what I
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the Museum of Ordinary Things. How many of you have been to a museum before? Let's get a show of hands. Yeah, almost everyone. So I'm assuming you all know that every museum has a collection. Some collect art, paintings, sculptures, photographs. Some collect history, arrowheads, mummies, shipwrecks. Others collect things that people once thought were worth saving. Letters from loved ones, jewelry, a diary. This museum, while very different from all of those, is similar in some ways because we collect and display memories. Moments that are connected to objects from an ordinary life that will mean absolutely nothing to most people. I mean, all of these things will likely mean absolutely nothing to all of you. But the interesting thing about an object that even though it itself will never change, a glass, a bar stool, a fly swatter, they will always be exactly what they are. The thing that changes is the person looking at them. So, for example, to you, this might just look like a box of colored pencils, but to someone else, it could be their inspiration for becoming an artist. This might just look like an ordinary chocolate chip cookie to someone, but to another, it could symbolize time they've spent with a loved one. Since I'm touching everything, now seems like a good time to fill you in on this museum's policy. Now you may have noticed, unlike traditional museums, we don't have our items housed behind a glass wall or next to a sign that says do not touch. That's because everything here is simply ordinary. There's no need for national security guarding half of a swimsuit or a box of nail polish or a 13-year-old skirt. Because of that, photography is encouraged and touching is permitted except the cookie. That's mine. Nothing here is valuable because of what it is. It's valuable because of what it has experienced, what it's witnessed, what it has inspired, and what it will inspire. I hope that all of you take something away from this museum, this tour, as I have every single time I've visited any item in this exhibit. Let's go ahead and move to our first item. I have had this piece in my collection since 2011. I truly cannot believe it's been 15 years since I first saw the best movie of all time, Blades of Glory. Now, it's the best, don't even. I wanted to watch this movie so bad at 11 years old, mind you, that I convinced my parents to order it for me off of a little website called eBay. Now, how many of you here have ever ordered something off of eBay? Couple hands, okay. How many of you have ordered something off of eBay in the last year? Okay, 2 years? 5 years? Less hands than before. So it seems like it was a lifetime ago that people actually used this website. But being that this movie had come out 4 years prior to the purchase date, and hey, I had already checked the local Blockbuster and it was not there. This was the only way I was getting my hands on this glorious DVD. Funnily enough, a few days after it got to me, I got a gift in the mail from my grandmother. I was now the proud owner of a second copy of Blades of Glory. I was so obsessed with this movie as a kid that I was convinced I was going to be USA's next gold medalist figure skater. I personally think I just wanted to be as graceful on the ice as Will Ferrell, And I also, between you and me, think that the voicemail scene in this movie sparked a deep, undying love of Slim Jims, but that's a whole other story. I, being 11 years old, knew everything. And even though at the time I didn't know that little girl didn't just step onto the ice and magically become good at ice skating, he trained 3 days a week for 2 months just to be able to fall on the ice. But, like I said, I knew everything and I was sure that I was going to be great at this. So, I yet again convinced my parents to buy me something. This time, a brand new pair of ice skates. They actually bought a pair for our whole family. So, on the eve of New Year's Eve 2011, me, my mom, my dad, and my sister all grabbed our skates and headed out to a local hockey rink. Now, even though I grew up in Minnesota, nothing I'd ever done in my 26 years of life has ever been able to keep my bony fingers from being cold. So, I was cold, my feet hurt because, did anyone else here do that thing where you tell your parents a pair of shoes fit, even though they absolutely do not because they didn't have the cute ones in your size? Well, I did that every single time. But not because I wanted a cute pair of shoes. No, I did it because I wanted my feet to be as small as those popular girls in my class. So I shoved my feet into skates that were probably a size too small to try and get Victoria to be my friend. It didn't work. So, I'm cold, my feet hurt, and I probably successfully went around in a circle 2-3 times tops before I dramatically fell backwards onto the ice. Now, in trying to regain my balance, I threw my right arm behind me, and in just the right sequence, my right foot pops up off the ice. And as they pass, I slice through my ring finger on my right hand. Needless to say, my first time on the ice was actually my last. My mother and I rang in 2012, where the doctors glued my finger back together. Now, to you, this just looks like a bad movie. But to me, it's a lifelong reminder that even though I can do everything I put my mind to, doesn't necessarily mean I always should. Oh, and to buy the right size shoe. That's an important one. This next item is one of my favorites. Not because it's beautiful or exciting, even really. It's actually not even the original item. Because number one, there is no way my bathing suit from when I was in 8th grade would fit my 26-year-old body. But also, I got rid of the original before I had the chance to save it. So this is more of a representation of an item I used to have, but it's still one of my favorites. When I was in 8th grade, there was a swimming portion of gym class. Yay! No, I hated this. It sucked. Not because I hate swimming. I actually grew up with a pool in my backyard, which was practically the only reason I had any friends as a kid, because everyone thought my house was haunted. It was, but that was a small price to pay to get an invitation to my Splish Splash birthday bash that happened every summer. I also was convinced that I was going to be USA's next gold medalist swimmer, but again, whole other story. No, I hated this because I had gym early in the day, within the first few hours of my class schedule, which meant I had to go the rest of the school day smelling like chlorine for the better part of a month. Now, that's not to say I didn't rinse off. I did. But not only did they not really give us enough time to take a full-blown shower, I also didn't really want to take a full-blown shower in the middle of the school day. That felt weird. Still does. But that being said, the actual swimming part was a ton of fun. One day, during gym class, I was swimming around with one of my friends. Let's call her Oh and I were doing all of the normal teenage girls swimming stuff, splashing each other, racing each other, pretending we were mermaids. And I thought it would be funny, a good idea. I don't know what I thought, but I thought it would be something if I went as far under the water as I possibly could and jumped back up as high and as fast and as big as I could. Sort of like a reverse cannonball. maybe a good idea in practice, or sorry, in theory, but in practice, on my way back up, the force of the water sort of pulled my bathing suit the other way. This might have been fine had O been the only one who saw, but then again, this wouldn't be much of a story, now would it? No. There was an 8th grade boy, just to my left, who made full-blown eye contact, and not with my eyes. Now, it was probably only a moment or two, but it genuinely felt like a lifetime before I looked to my right, saw O's eyes as big as softballs, and heard her shout my name. Obviously, I jumped right on her, pulled my top back up, but who knows how long it would have taken me to notice had she not been there. Thank God she was. O switched schools after 8th grade, and I didn't see her again after that. Well, I'm sure I saw her in between the swimsuit incident and her leaving. This is the last memory stuck in my brain with her before I found out that I would never see her again. Well, I would never hear from her again. I did see her. A couple of days after I got the news, she looked angelic. She always did. I mean, whether she was in the pool, wet hair, no makeup, or she was wearing those weird shoes that have the toes separated from each other with like a little piece of fabric. She wore those when she played soccer. Or she was giving me her gloves because my hands were cold. Or her eyes were as big as softballs because my boobs were out. She's angelic. Now might be a good time to point out that this tour is not organized chronologically, mostly because my brain and my thoughts and my memories are organized chronologically. They're mainly stuffed into 2 overflowing filing cabinets, one labeled block out and one labeled remember. Ironically, guess which ones I remember the most of? Thankfully, this next item is actually something I want to remember. Oh my gosh, Blaze of Glory, calm down. It is also the coziest item in our collection. This is my first costume piece from the first musical I have ever performed in. Bye Birdie. I have held on to this for 13 years. I first hit the stage, and I wore this in 2013. March 2026. I watched the first musical I've ever directed hit the stage. Opening night, I wore this because, you guessed it, the first musical I ever directed is Bye Bye Birdie. That's definitely one of the biggest full circle moments in my life. Now, when we get to opening night, I am extremely excited. Not only to see my hard work, but my dream of becoming a professional director come to fruition. Guys, I got paid to do that. How cool is that? Thank you. We start to move through Act 1, and everything is going flawlessly. The kids are putting their dance moves like they never have before. The energy is high, and I am beaming with pride for these young performers, and a little bit myself. We get to intermission, the vocal director and I are gushing about how this all actually came together. We get to Act 2, we start to move through, and I am clinging on every single word these kids sing. We have 2 scenes left in the show. We are on the verge of a perfect performance of the first musical I've ever directed, the first musical I've ever performed in. But something happens. A student gets hurt. Show fully stopped. Ambulance called, and my heart breaking. That is one of the scariest moments of my life. Not knowing whether or not she would get back up. On top of everything that happened that night, I also got pulled over on my way home for speeding. Obviously, I just wanted to get home as quickly as possible, and God thought that that was the perfect moment to shut me up and tell me that I was exactly where I needed to be. Funny sense of humor, that guy. Thankfully, the officer took pity on me because he heard over the radio what happened at the musical that night, and he let me go with a warning. I promised I wasn't going back fast. Double thankfully, the student was able to continue the run of the show and finish it, with the slight addition of someone to push her in a wheelchair. Now, obviously, I wish none of this had ever happened. It breaks my heart to this day. Obviously, I wish no one ever got hurt. But to look on the bright side of things, I got to perform in the first musical I've ever directed, which is also the first musical I've ever performed in. Evelyn, which is the name my students gave my character in my show, will never be in another production of Bye Bye Birdie. How cool is that? All right, it's time for a mid-tour snack break. No, I'm just kidding. These desserts are actually a part of the exhibit. A muffin and a cookie, which you guys saw in the intro. When I was 7 years old, I met someone who would end up being very special in my life. My childhood best friend. Let's call her A. Now, the first time A and I met, we didn't actually exchange a single word between the two of us. She was sitting on her front porch, and I was only there because my mom was picking up my sister from hanging out with her friend, his brother. So I sit down next to her on the porch while my mother retrieves my sister. She's playing her Nintendo DS. I watch. And a few minutes later, it's time to go. That was it. That was the entire interaction. But from that moment, and I can't explain it, I don't know how or why, we were bonded. Countless sleepovers, trips to Valley Fair. We even lived together in my old family house before we lived together in hotels because we had to move out of my old family house. My parents got divorced. It was a whole thing. The point that I'm trying to make is it was the very definition of unbreakable friendship. Until it wasn't. A couple of weeks ago, A got married. Now, I always thought that when we grew up, we were going to be each other's maids of honor. But I wasn't even invited to the wedding. To be entirely fair, she wasn't invited to mine either. I don't know when or where it all went wrong, but that doesn't matter. That's not what this story is about. That is just details. We both had a hand in the beginning. We both had a hand in the end, and it felt like neither one of us had a hand in the beginning. But it wasn't like we set out to find someone to stay up till 4 in the morning watching Family Guy and Oogie with. Oogie is a child's TV show where all of the characters are people's human hands, and they talk like this, and there's eyeballs on top. It's scary. Look it up. I don't know. We didn't choose the beginning, and we didn't choose the end, but it felt in between the two. We chose to have a deep and real love for one another. I don't know where the nicknames came from, but at some point we started referring to each other as Cookie and Muffin, and not in like a super cringy way that you might be thinking, just like occasionally on like a Facebook post as a term of endearment. I think I was Muffin, but that feels like multiple lifetimes ago now. I just don't remember. Even though I will never have another friend like A, there's something comforting about the fact that she'll never have another friend like me either. That friendship is literally frozen in time now, and yeah, that's a little sad. It's also kind of cool. Everything ends. Sometimes it's bitter, sometimes it's beautiful, and to be honest, this ending wasn't great. I can't change that, and I don't want to. Because the beginning and the end, they both feel unremarkable compared to the middle. The middle Also, the best part, have a cookie. Ooh, muffin. Oh, muffin on the run. This next item is the only one in the exhibit that makes me feel, well, nothing. Or at least as close to nothing as you can get. This box has sat in another box in my shed for 3 years. And before that, somewhere else far away from my eyes, that I didn't care as long as I was far, far away from its judgment. I almost didn't put this item in the exhibit. See, museums are supposed to collect and display things that are worth saving, but for a long time, I wasn't sure this was something I wanted to remember. October 29th, 2019. I lost a piece of myself that I'm not really sure was ever mine. I won't tell the whole story because it doesn't really need to be told, but those of you who know me may know what happened to my son. I got this from the hospital. But this item doesn't represent pain like you might expect it to. It does remind me that something unimaginably painful happened to me and I kind of kept living. It reminds me that everyone around me kept waiting for me to be broken in a way I just didn't know how to be. That fact alone made me feel really alone. And it still does. Because resilience in the face of pain is honorable. When there's no pain to prompt the resilience, it feels wrong. It's been years since I opened this. A long time ago, I think I realized I don't deserve to. It's not really mine anymore. At this point, you all have seen me go through a plethora of different kinds of pain. Loss, more loss, fear, being alone, and actual physical pain. But this last item is actually the most painful. I tried to make it look pretty in this basket I got from the thrift store, but it is not pretty. And you might be looking at this and think, what? Yarn, fabric, colored pencils, nail polish, colorful stickers. Those things are pretty, right? And technically, you would be correct. But when I look at these things, I see their beauty. I do. I appreciate them. I bought them. But I also feel a lot of shame and embarrassment. When I look at these, I see the projects that I started or didn't start, and I'll probably never finish. I see the money I spent, probably hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars on nail polish I don't even really wear anymore. I see all the times I told myself I liked something, looking back on it now, it was really just obsession. I was obsessed with trying to make myself someone that I wasn't. Did I like the item? Or did I just like the way the item made me feel? I guess that doesn't really matter, does it? While feelings themselves may not be tangible, they're just as real as any tangible item, right? There will probably always be a part of me who falls victim to product placement, and I buy things that I shouldn't, and there will always be a part of me who is embarrassed by that, embarrassed by these items. But there is another part of me, albeit deep down, that is proud of myself. Proud that I was so bold that I bought hundreds of dollars of nail polish without even asking myself if I liked it first. Proud that I drove 30 minutes out of my way to go to Target to get a sticker book that I never finished and probably never will. Proud that I tried things unapologetically and without question. I mean, these things that they drove me to become a director, a writer, a creator. I've learned along the way that even though everything doesn't last, like I'll never hear her voice again. Not every friendship lasts forever. But just because it didn't last doesn't mean that it wasn't worth having. All of these things. They made me who I am, like I said, a writer, a creator, a director. I'm proud that my obsessions feed my soul, even if they are short-lived, because some of them aren't. I mean, this is coming from the same person who moved in with her now husband after just 2 weeks of dating. This is coming from the same person who signed up to perform an entire 3-act play with just 10 rehearsals over the course of a month. Guys, I was the murderer in a murder mystery. I had the most lines. But I got up in front of people and I performed that. This is coming from the same person who regularly drives over an hour to audition for shows I know I'm not going to get cast in. This is coming from the same person who made the dress I'm wearing. So I guess in their own way, even though I hate them, these items are beautiful. Thank you all for stopping by and taking a tour at the Museum of Ordinary Things. Your jackets and your bags are out back. Wait. I can't believe I almost forgot. We do have one more item. The stage. Not this stage in particular, just the stage. This item is different from all the others because there isn't just one memory to connect to it. It's all of them. The stage has changed my life. It's made me who I am. It saved me. It is my home. And the more I think about it, I think I'll keep those memories for just myself.
Okay, at the end of the show, thank you all for coming. I hope you all enjoyed it. It would mean so much to us if you would follow us on our Facebook page, share, and all of those fun things. Like, it really helps us out. And again, no pressure at all. This is a free event, and we want to do this, but there is, again, the donation pad. I'm going to move it up to on the stage. Thank you.